Hi guys, welcome to BERWICK Mitsubishi. My name's Jamie and today we're going to do a full walk-around presentation on this 2024 Mitsubishi Triton GLX in a 4x2. We'll start off at the front of the car, we'll run you through the whole exterior, and then later on in the video we'll jump inside and explain a few other things also. Starting off with the front, so with the new 2024 Triton, it does have an immense amount of safety features which we'll go through. Starting off with the color-coded front parking sensors. So you do have 4 front parking sensors on the front of the vehicle. You also do get a front camera because the vehicle is fitted with a 360 camera, which we'll run through a little later on in the video. You do have your driving lights, which are just down below here. And as you can see, you do have a real sleek looking headlight at the top of the vehicle, which just gives the new Triton a really good presence on the road. It makes it look a little bit angry as well, like a tough ute. This one has been fitted with the genuine Mitsubishi color-coded bonnet protector. That's going to stop with further stone chipping, not only on the bonnet, but also on the windscreen as well. You do have your chrome Mitsubishi badging right in the middle. Just let everyone know you are driving a Mitsubishi product. What we'll do is we'll pop around to the passenger side and go through a few of the other details. Coming to the first steel wheel, so it is a 17-inch steel wheel. Obviously being a work ute, steel use ease of maintenance, not really have to worry about cleaning with them or anything like that. And you can see we are fitted with a Toyo tyre as well. Coming down the side of the body, your side indicator is integrated into the side fender. Just makes it easier to see when you are changing lanes for the passengers next to you. Do have some black garnishing on the lower part of the front and rear door. Pretty cool thing is they have engraved the Mitsubishi logo on the side, just a unique touch. Haven't seen many utes on the market do that. Huge black side mirrors. The side mirror itself, you will notice there's a little camera dangling down the side. That is part of your 360 camera, which as I mentioned, we'll jump inside and have a little look later. In the mirror itself, it does have blind spot monitoring. So if the cameraman will come around and have a look, there is a symbol, probably a bit hard to see on the camera, but there is a symbol which shows you if somebody is in your blind spot, which we'll touch further once we're in the actual vehicle itself. Just taking a look quickly on the passenger side of the car, because we'll touch more inside on the driver's compartment once we're in the car. We'll just turn on some lights so we can get a look. So you can see this car has been fitted with genuine rubber mats. So you do have the option of rubber or carpet in the GLX and for all the other models as well. It does have vinyl flooring. So if I just pull the seat back and take a look under the mat. So there is vinyl flooring in the car as well. Now again, being a work ute does make it very easy to clean. You do get 2 compartments, so you have your glove box just below here, and then above that you will have a bit of storage where, as you can see, we got the manual for the car just sitting in there as well. On the actual passenger door card, you can see they do give a little bit of a carbon fiber trim just to make it feel a bit more premium, but everything is in the same color, in black, and all for easy of use and easy to clean. Coming to the back of the vehicle, a few things you will notice is the windows are completely see-through. So one thing that we can option, if it is something you would like to do, is we can tint the windows, which would give you 99% UV protection and a lifetime warranty as well. If we just take a look in the back of the car now, one thing you will note is there is a huge amount of storage in the back of the car, as in space, I should say. I'll give you a real-life example and sit in the back of the car. Now you're probably wondering why there's this 15 litre of AdBlue in the back, which I will touch on a little bit later once we jump underneath the bonnet. But if I just move this out of the way for the second, and I'll jump in just to give you an idea. And as you can see, I'm about 5'10". There's plenty of headroom in the car itself. Also, your leg room in front, there is also plenty of room. And you do have a 12-volt socket in the back of the car also, which is very, very handy. Jumping back out, there is a handle, which makes things nice and easy. That is in all the models, especially if you're shorter and taller. You have all options to get in and out of the car, which is cool. Coming towards the tub sides of things, you will notice there is a huge fuel cap, which actually stores not only your fuel, but also the AdBlue for the car as well, which again, we'll touch on a little later. We'll work around to the back of the vehicle now. Gets a bit more interesting in the back of the car. So you have a 2-tone rear step. The reason I say 2-tone, you have the black plastic and then you also have the grey as well. Now you do have color-coded rear parking sensors integrated into that rear step. We've also optioned to fit this car with a tow bar, which you can tow 3.5 tonne in the Triton. And that tow bar is rated to 3.5 tonne as well, so genuine tow bar. On the back of the car, you have the chrome badging, letting everyone know you're driving a Triton, and then the Mitsubishi badging as well. And a bit of chrome on the rear handle, just to give it a nice stylish look. And then your rear camera is fitted just next to that also. You do have a high-mounted brake light as well, just makes it easier for people to see, especially if they're in a smaller or bigger vehicle for that case. Now, if we take a look in the tub, a couple of things you'll note. What Mitsubishi's done with the new Triton is they actually have lowered the height of the tailgate, so it does make it easier to get things in and out of the vehicle. We've fitted this one with a genuine tub liner. You can option that on all the models also. And the GLX also gets the rear bars at the back of the car on the rear window also, so that's pretty unique to the GLX. Another thing to do with the tub, Mitsubishi has widened and extended the length of the tub, so you do have an all-round bigger tub in the rear of the vehicle as well. We'll keep moving our way around. We'll stop at the headlights, the tail lights for just a second. So you will notice you get huge tail lights, which will give you the ease of visibility. It does have integrated your stop light and your indicators, and it does wrap around to the side of the body. Again, just giving it a bit of a stylish look. One last thing on the back of the car, you can actually use the rear step as a step. So it's in the name, which makes things a little bit easier. So you can actually stand on here and then the other two locations as well. So it makes it easier getting things in and out of the car. We'll keep working our way down. Of course, the opposite side of the car is going to present like the passenger side did also. So we'll just keep working our way through. You'll notice again in the back of the vehicle, you do have one thing I didn't mention is pockets in the back of the seats. And then on the passenger pocket, there is a space for your phone and also a space for maybe anything else, maybe an iPad or something like that you wanted to put in the car. In the back seat, I won't do it just because we have a few things in the back seat, but there is a lever just on the right-hand side of this middle headrest, which you can pull it up. The seat will fold down, and then you do have your jack and tools, and there is also ISO fix points in the back of the car as well. What we'll do now, guys, is we will jump into the driver's position and show you a bit of the technology inside the car. All right, guys, what we'll do, obviously being in the interior now, we'll go through some of the things that the new Triton does have, which is not only unique to the new Triton, but also to a lot of the dual cabs on the market at the moment as well. So starting off with the driver's side door, you do have power windows for all the doors. The driver's window is automatic up and down. There is, of course, the child lock, which does light up. Then you have your electronic mirror controls and your central locking you can control also. Pretty standard on most vehicles these days. Behind the steering wheel, which you might not be able to see, but we'll show some images later, you will have your button to turn off your lane departure warning. So while driving the Triton, if for any reason you do get too close to the white lines, your steering wheel will first vibrate. If you continue to go over the white line, your steering wheel will actually push you back over. And that way just give you a warning that you're all over the road. With that button, you can switch it on and off. You do have to keep in mind though, every time you do switch it off, if you switch the car off and the car back on, it will automatically put itself back on, as it will with all the additional safety features. There's another little scroll wheel just over here as the camera is panning to it. So it has three numbers on it. And basically what you can do with that scroll wheel is if you put something, as an example, really heavy in the back of the tub and it pushes the rear of the tub down, it'll lift the front of the vehicle up. You can then angle the lights back down, and that way you can get better coverage on the road. Probably very rarely you'll use that, but it does come very handy when it is required. There also is another button just to adjust the brightness in the center cluster in front of me. And then you do have your button to turn off the stop start. Now, I know there's a lot of people out there that don't enjoy the stop start button, or the stop start feature, I should say. You can just switch that off by clicking the button, and it won't continuously turn itself on and off, which is very handy. On the right-hand stalk, which if we start off, you do have your indicators and your headlights. Now the headlights are actually automatic, but you not only get automatic headlights, you also get automatic high beams as well. So the car will turn off the high beams on and off when required all by itself. So as a real life example, if you left your high beams on and a car was driving towards you, the car would sense the lights coming in the opposite direction and just switch them off for you. On the left-hand stalk, you have your windscreen wipers. The windscreen wipers are also automatic. And just a feature I should have shown on the headlights as well is when you put the headlights on automatic, sorry, the wipers. It will actually tell you in the main screen in front of you as well, and it does the same thing when you switch on the headlights to automatic as well, which is pretty cool. At least that way you know at all times what is actually on. In front of me, there is this little sensor. It has two little red dots that you can't really see unless you really focus on it. But basically what that does, it watches my eyes the entire time I drive. And if the car feels that I have been distracted for some reason, I'm looking at the screen too long, I'm playing on my phone, I'm just not paying attention while driving, it will warn me to put my eyes back on the road. And if it feels, as an example, I'm fatigued or tired, it will actually heighten all the safety features in the car, therefore making things go off earlier because it obviously knows that I'm not at my full attention. So a nice little feature. Now you can turn that off if you don't like. You will see there's a few lights on the dash because I just have the accessories running, not the engine. But this light over here with the little eye that says off next to the little engine symbol, that will indicate that the eye monitoring system has been turned off. A few other things, guys. If we start on the right hand side of the steering wheel, so you do have cruise control and you do have the adaptive cruise control as well. So the car will speed up and slow down all by itself, and you do have front and rear autonomous braking as well, so integrated into the cruise control. If for any reason the car in front of you suddenly hits the brake, and let's say you weren't paying attention and you didn't hit the brake, this car will automatically hit the brakes itself. And the same thing in reverse. If you accidentally go to reverse into something, again, the car will automatically hit the brakes, which is a great feature to have. Now keep in mind, you can turn these features off, but you do have to play around with a few settings, as they're clearly a good feature to have on. You do get a speed limiter as well. Not many people tend to use the speed limiter, but basically you can just limit the speed so you don't get caught speeding accidentally. A few buttons at the bottom of the steering wheel. This button here is for your radar cruise control, so that'll slow down and that'll determine the distance between you and the car in front of you. So if you wanted to be 3 car lengths away, as an example, or further, you can adjust that with that button there. A button to pick up and hang up calls. And then you have a button to either speak to the car's inbuilt voice recognition system, or if you have Apple CarPlay or Android Auto, you can speak to either Google or Siri, which is pretty handy as well. All the buttons on the left-hand side of the steering wheel, they are to control pretty much the screen in front of you. So there's all different things you can flick through in the screen. I'll just give you some examples. So you have the settings. You have a feature that'll show you what's actually beeping, as an example. So if your blind spot's going off, it'll tell you your blind spot warning is going off. You have whatever music you're playing at the current time. If you have your satellite navigation on, in here will actually show you the arrows of where to go. You have tire pressure monitoring. You have information, and then you also have the home screen, which shows you your odometer and also your driving range as well. Now there is different modes, you can flick through them as well. So the little toggle wheel here, you can go through things. So basically you would just adjust it to what you would want to be seeing while driving this car. Volume is on the left-hand side, so adjust the volume up and down. And then this little button with the 3 little lines here, that is just like another settings button where you can adjust all your driver assistance features. So there's multiple different things you can turn on and off, depending on what you require while driving. Then you just have a button on the side to change stations left and right. Your steering wheel, it is telescopic, so there's a little lever down here which you can pull down. You can pull the steering wheel in and out, and you can also lift it up and down. So depending on how you sit, you can adjust the steering wheel accordingly. And one thing I didn't mention is your seat as well can be adjusted up and down, which is quite important these days. If we move into the main screen itself, so you do have a nice touchscreen display. It does have multiple different features you can go through. I'll go through the main things, starting off with your 360 camera. So as you'll see, you'll get a phenomenal and very clear 360 camera. You can actually change the view of the camera. So at the moment I can see the left-hand alloy wheel. This little yellow line here is actually my side mirror. So if you were to go any further past that yellow line, you will actually be hitting your side mirror. The cool thing too is when you turn the steering wheel, the lines do adjust with it. You can also flick to the front camera. So if you ever went off-roading, you can actually see down further than most cameras can on most cars, due to this car being accessorized to go forward driving also. Your map button will take you to the satellite navigation. Now, if you're in the Apple CarPlay, you would just go to the CarPlays, or Android Auto, sorry, go to their maps, their inbuilt maps. But if you don't have it connected, you would just go straight to the inbuilt navigation. Menu button brings you to the main menu, which you can see you have all different buttons up there as well. So you do have AM, FM radio, digital radio, all the things that the cars do have these days. USB, Bluetooth, everything that most cars will tend to have these days. And then again, 2 buttons like you have on the steering wheel. and then a button to adjust the brightness. On the right hand side of the dial, you do have this little one here that you can actually zoom in on the maps, and then your left one is for the volume to turn that up and down. Climate control is all below the main screen itself. Now the good thing with the climate control, it does have physical buttons. Now being a tradies car, I guess, or a work ute, is physical buttons are handy because if you're wearing gloves and something's like a touchscreen, it makes it very difficult. So it's very easy. You just turn it on by pressing any button, adjust the temperature on the right hand side and adjust the fan speed on the left hand side. Can't get any easier than that. Below that, you do have two USBs. So you have USB-C and USB-A, and you also have a 12-volt socket as well, which is just in here. And then, provided you would be charging your phone down here, you would just have a bit of storage to help you store your phone while charging it, which is nice and handy. The rest of the stuff in the cars, guys, you get a manual handbrake and then your automatic gearbox. And again, you've got that same carbon fiber trim that is on the doors and the rest of the car, just to give it a bit of a stylish look. But guys, that's basically all the main things and pretty much everything in the interior. What we'll do now is jump back outside the car and touch on a few other things. All right, guys, that pretty much wraps up the bulk of the video. What I'll do now is just quickly touch on the engine, which is probably one of the most important parts and the biggest change in the new Triton. So it is still a 2.4 litre. But now it is a bi-turbo engine producing 150 kilowatts and 470 newton meters of torque, and that's the main reason why you can tow the 3.5 ton instead of the previous Triton's 3.1 ton. You also get a brand new chassis in the vehicle as well, so what you'll feel is the car drives and handles a lot better, which you'd have to come down for a test drive and feel exactly what that feels like. Now, a few things I will touch on. Number one is the 10-year warranty, so that does carry on from the previous generation Triton. You'll have 10 years of manufacturer's warranty, which is up to 200,000 kilometers, provided you do service with a Mitsubishi dealership. You also get 10 years of cap price servicing, which also requires you to service with the manufacturer being Mitsubishi, but that is actually to 150,000 kilometers, and you also get 4 years of roadside assistance. So you can see Mitsubishi is so confident with their product, they're happy to back it with a 10-year warranty. Now guys, we do offer in-house finance in this dealership to get you into a brand new Triton ASAP. We do have actually 7 different lenders, so I would highly recommend to speak to either Julia or Kevin, our experienced business managers. Now the Triton itself does come in multiple colors. We do have all colors in stock. You have white, like this car is finished in, which is no charge. You have silver, which is $740, and you also have graphite gray, which is $740. Now, accessory-wise, this car has probably been only accessorized with about 5% of the available accessories that this vehicle can be accessorized with. You'd have to either speak to one of us or jump on Mitsubishi's website and have a look at all the multitude of different accessories that are available. Now guys, the number to call if you wanted to book a test drive on one of these vehicles is 9907055. We're open during the week from 8:30 a.m. till 6 p.m. and we're open on Saturday from 8:30 a.m. till 5:30 p.m. Again, that number to call is 9907055. Guys, my name's Jamie and thank you so much for watching.